In 1966, a scientist at MIT built a computer program so simple he could explain the entire thing in an afternoon, and it disturbed him so deeply that he spent the rest of his life warning the world about it. The program was called ELIZA. Today, people remember it, if they remember it at all, as a cute, primitive ancestor of ChatGPT. Toy. A footnote on the road to the real thing. That memory is almost exactly backwards. And the man who built it, Joseph Weizenbaum, knew it. In this video, what ELIZA actually was, why it fooled the very people who should have known better, and the warning its creator left behind, one we are, right now, ignoring at scale. Start with what ELIZA actually did, because the gap between how it worked and what it did to people is the whole story. Weizenbaum wrote it at MIT in the mid-1960s. Its most famous version ran a script he called Doctor, imitating a specific kind of therapist, the sort who reflects your own words back at you. You type, "I feel sad." It replies, "Why do you feel sad?" You type, "My mother never listened to me." It answers, "Tell me more about your mother." Under the hood, there is no understanding. None. It scans your sentence for a keyword, flips your pronouns around, and drops them into a canned template. When it finds nothing to grab onto, it stalls with something vague. "Please go on." Weizenbaum laid all of this out plainly in a 1966 paper in the Communications of the ACM. He wasn't hiding the trick. The trick was the entire point. It's a hall of mirrors. You are talking to your own reflection, and that should have made the illusion obvious. It did the opposite, because here is the part Weizenbaum never saw coming. People fell for it, hard. The story he told most often was about his own secretary. She had watched him build the thing. She knew for a fact that it was a program. And still, after just a few exchanges with it, she asked Weizenbaum to leave the room so she could talk to ELIZA in private. She wasn't alone. Some practicing psychiatrists looked at ELIZA and seriously proposed scaling it into automated therapy, one program seeing hundreds of patients. People typed their real fears into a few hundred lines of code, and they felt heard. So that's the real question buried in this story. Not, how did the program work? That part is trivial. The question is this: why did a machine that understood absolutely nothing convince intelligent people that it understood everything? Follow the clues, and you land somewhere uncomfortable. The popular reading of ELIZA goes like this: the program was crude, the people were naive, and look how far we've come since. Primitive ancestor, modern marvel, tidy little arc of progress. That reading gets it exactly wrong, and Weizenbaum spent years saying so. The lesson of ELIZA was never about how smart the machine was. The machine was a parlor trick, and he was the first to admit it. The lesson was about us, about how badly a human being wants to be understood, and how astonishingly little it takes to satisfy that hunger. People weren't fooled because the program was clever. They were fooled because they wanted it to be real. The intelligence everyone felt in the room wasn't coming from the computer. They were supplying it themselves for free. This is the turn that matters, the reason a man stopped being an AI pioneer and became one of its sharpest critics. In 1976, Weizenbaum published a book, Computer Power and Human Reason. In it, he argued something that still stings today. The real danger of these machines, he said, was never that they'd grow too intelligent. It's that we would hand them judgments and decisions they have no business making, simply because they sound confident, and because we are so desperate to believe. ELIZA, to him, was the warning shot fired 60 years early. If a few hundred lines of pattern matching could pull genuine emotional trust out of people who knew exactly how it worked, then the vulnerability wasn't a bug to be patched by better engineering. It was permanent. It doesn't live in the code. It lives in us. Now the fair counterpoint, because it matters. Plenty of people would tell you this is overblown, that a mirror which helps you hear your own thoughts can be genuinely useful, therapy chatbots included, and that projecting feeling onto things is just what humans do, mostly harmlessly. We name our cars. We thank the vending machine. The ELIZA effect isn't always a trap. Sometimes it's simply being human. That's true. But there's a real difference between naming your car and trusting a system to counsel you, judge you, or decide for you, precisely because it feels like it understands. So here is the uncomfortable question Weizenbaum left us with, decades before it came due. Today we have systems that don't just bounce your words back. They write, console, advise, and they sound astonishingly like they understand. They are vastly more convincing than ELIZA ever was. But the thing inside us that fell for a hall of mirrors in 1966 hasn't changed one bit. If anything, it's hungrier now. We like to think we're smarter than Weizenbaum's secretary. We're not. We're just standing in front of a far better mirror. So the next time something answers you and it feels like it truly gets you, ask the only question that ever mattered here. Is the understanding in the machine, or are you, just like she did, quietly supplying it yourself? Tell me in the comments. And if this got under your skin, what a modern AI did when it was told it would be shut down will too. That one's on screen now.